Biden decided to give some speech or another, this time in Poland, because, I don't know, he was bored of being at home and being unpopular, so he decided to go to Eastern Europe and be unpopular as well. So, as you can see here, this is the link, and him saying the line, "For God's sakes, this man cannot remain in power," talking of Vladimir Putin, of course. And this was taken as a threat of regime change, naturally.
I mean, it does sound like one.
Yeah, so if we go to the next one, we can see immediately the White House decided to walk back this comment in the form of US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken saying that the US was not seeking regime change in Russia or anywhere else, and that Biden's comment should not be considered representative of the Biden administration. Good to know. This is the second time this has happened.
I was going to say, that's not the first time, is it?
No. I can't remember the exact circumstances. I believe it was something to do with the border, in which Biden said something about there being a crisis or not a crisis, and then the White House had to say, President Biden does not represent the position of the White House. And it's like, okay, if the president doesn't represent the White House,
and who does?
And can we have a word with them instead?
Yes.
Like, why are we having to listen to this old man if he means nothing
to the
regime?
It's so naked that Biden is obviously a puppet of someone else. When repeatedly they come out and disavow his statements as being inaccurate to his position.
Again and again.
Yes.
Although, also the aspect of this I mentioned about him being unpopular in Poland. I wasn't joking.
Oh.
If we go to the video clip, we can actually see some lady decide to turn up and just film what was happening. And it's a little bit in foreign, but we'll speak over it in a minute. And we can see how popular he was at the speech that was given away for free. Let's play. So.
Tam jest telewizja. O. Nie. Tak. A tu są pustki. Bo to tak tylko wygląda, jakby tu było dużo ludzi. Ale nie ma dużo ludzi. O, może tak. Tu już jest pusto, nie? Bo tutaj jest zrobione takie...
So for people listening, it's not a tremendously large square in which he's giving the speech, and there's a hold of people around the center at the front, and then a big media circus, and that's it. They were giving away tickets for free to random passers-by, she says. Like, they were just going around being like, would you please come and listen to an old man for an hour? Because no one else is.
We're told that this guy's the president of the United States and that that's important.
Some people say it's important. Yeah. Not this one, though.
The polls are just like, yeah, well, I've got things to do.
I'd rather go and get some more donuts. So if we continue on this, because I just can't get over how that's just ridiculous. But then we have the response from our NATO allies in response to the puppet of the Biden regime. I presume that's how he's being referred to internally at this point. Like, he's our puppet because he doesn't represent us. So this is the French response, which you have Macron here saying that this wasn't very constructive to try and call for regime change in the middle of all this when they're trying to find a negotiation avenue out of it instead.
I mean, it is the most radical thing that you could have said at this point.
I do also love the French response to everything, which is how do we negotiate a surrender? Very Macron.
Sorry, no, slightly less radical than just openly calling for Putin's assassination, I suppose.
Yes.
So he could have gone one step further.
Of course. There's also the UK response, if we go to the next link, in which some secretary from the UK decided to say that it's for the Russian people to decide how they are governed. Yeah, that's up to them. We're not going to engage in regime change or regime change wars or assassinations.
This is a new perspective from the West, isn't it?
Yeah, but also it just puts Biden increasingly out of touch with everyone else in the alliance. He's like, what?
Yeah, but that's because, like, this is upping the ante to a ridiculous degree, and everyone being like, look, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Like, what you're saying is war with Russia and invading Russia and toppling Putin, and that's not going to happen.
So I don't know if this is also to do with him being in Poland, and there are a lot of voices in Poland naturally calling for more involvement or to do
very
more
anti-Russia.
Yeah, naturally. But the thing is, like, we're already sending weapons, we're already giving moral support, diplomatic support, blah, 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 blah. We're not going to go to war. That's just a hard reality. Like, the Western part of the Western world certainly does not want to engage in a direct war with the Russian Federation. If we go to the next one, we can also see he decided to hang out with some troops. Apparently the troops found him weird, or at least there's footage of them finding him weird, in which just the guys behind there are just keep staring at him throughout his entire dinner, in which he had one slice of pizza.
God, look at that contempt.
People being like, what the hell is he doing here?
I've seen the pictures of you sniffing children.
Yeah, we're here to stop that kind of thing. If we go to the next link as well, we can see the approval ratings or disapproval ratings, as in the case of Joe Biden. I don't know if you can click on 4 years there, John, in the middle. So we can see just a big long line graph. So as you can see it going forward to 2024. But just huge ramp up very quickly over the last year of just disapproval versus approval.
And what's very interesting about this is that Biden gets, again, positive media coverage.
Endless.
Endless sympathetic media coverage. Trump got endless antithetical media coverage. And they're both on exactly the same approve and disapprove at this point, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot, I didn't add it, but there was a journo who was being ruthlessly mocked because she responded to that speech, that one where basically no one turned up, and saying it was even better than Ronald Reagan outside the Berlin gate saying, tear down this wall.
It's iconic.
But that's the level of like just sycophancy you get, you know, the endless praise of a man who is so beige, so not interesting.
And whose regime is actively ruining the country.
Yeah. But if you scroll down as well, you can see, I don't know if it's on here, but there should be a bunch of graphs that show the approval and disapproval ratings of each president over their time. So, yeah, there we are. And Biden is doing worse than literally every president on the list, with the exception of Donald Trump by like 2% at the given time, because, well, the obvious difference in the media there, which is just endless negative coverage, orange man bad, as the meme is, except, apparently Biden, even with none of that, is doing as bad. And doing worse than every other
Biden's
president
North
ever.
Korean style dear leader press can't even get into a positive.
He's doing worse than George Bush, worse than Obama, worse than Clinton, blah, 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 forever as well. And this also comes about with more Biden family news, specifically Hunter.
Oh, really?
Exclusive. Hunter Biden did help secure millions in funding for US contractor in Ukraine specializing in deadly pathogen research. Laptop emails reveal, raising more questions about the disgraced son of the then vice president.
I think I can see why Ukraine is now our closest ally and most dear country in all of the
Let's
world.
do everything to protect Ukrainian.
Defend Ukraine beyond all costs. Why? Because Hunter Biden's got interest there.
Yeah, so this story was initially released by the Russians and obviously dismissed as Russian propaganda, as you would naturally do. And they say in here, the Daily Mail, the Russian government held a press conference Thursday claiming that Hunter Biden helped finance a US military bioweapons research program in Ukraine. However, allegations were branded brazen propaganda ploy. Naturally. But emails and correspondence obtained by the dailymail.com from Hunter's abandoned laptop show that the claims may well be true.
Imagine entrusting something so important to a crackhead because he's the only person you can trust to be loyal to you personally.
That's your best right-hand man. It's your crackhead son.
For anyone who doesn't know, Hunter Biden left this laptop in a repair shop in Delaware.
And then was called by the repair shop to like come pick it up.
And he
just didn't.
Because he's a crackhead.
It's only a laptop with all my horrible dealings on. The emails show Hunter helped secure millions of dollars of funding for Meta Biota, a Department of Defense contractor specializing in research on pandemic-causing diseases.
Right. So the narrative, there are no biolabs, there are no bioweapons labs, and now, well, that's a good thing. Here's why bioweapons labs and defense contractors getting money from Ukraine is a good thing. That's how the narrative is.
Not from the Ukrainians, from the Americans.
Oh, yeah, from the American media. I mean, that's the narrative.
Yeah. But the money is coming from the Department of Defense, apparently.
Yeah.
So he also introduced Meta Biota to an allegedly corrupt Ukrainian grass firm, Burisma, for a science project involving a high biosecurity level labs in Ukraine, because of course he did. Of course Burisma is more corrupt than even we ever knew.
And Burisma is the board on which he sat and had the interview. Why are you there? If you weren't Hunter Biden's, Joe Biden's son. He was just like, well, I probably wouldn't be.
No, he also got paid $50,000 a month to do
nothing.
Yeah.
To exist.
And to give 10% to the big man.
Yeah.
The president's son and his colleagues invested $500,000 in Meta Biota through their firm Rosemont Seneca Technology Partners, some stupid front for more of their money.
Just money laundering.
Just more money laundering.
Just
more information, in case you didn't know. How bad do you reckon it can be? How much do you reckon they laundered from the Department of Defense for this biolab situation?
Well, I mean, it's got to be like 5 million or something.
5 million? Yeah, try 18. Government spending records show the Department of Defense awarded an $18.4 million contract to Meta Biota between February 2014 and November 2016, with $300,000 earmarked for Ukrainian research projects. Presumably the science project that was mentioned. That was in quotes. So that's part of the emails.
I laugh, but it's only because what else are you going to do?
Yeah, and the Mail have released all the emails, as you can see.
So unfathomably corrupt.
Just proving all this. There's the 18.4 million publicly available information that they gave it to them after Hunter Biden's family decided to invest in it. And if we go to the next one, this is also a funny thing here because the allegations came from the Russians, as they said, and were dismissed as just, propaganda. Yeah. But I do love that they list, just on here, you can see at the top left there, just Hunter Biden, Soros, and the Democrats, and then all these lines to different organizations that they have all their money hidden in. It's like, okay, well, We'll take it for what it is and then assess the truth. But anyway, that's the situation with Biden being denounced by his own administration as not being representative of the Biden administration.
I wouldn't want this to be attached to me if I were the Biden administration.
No.
But disavow.
But I thought we'd compare this with Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's been having fun.
Okay.
And I thought we'd enjoy some of the fun. So if we go to the next link, we can see this is a speech he gave. And let's play this clip because it's gold.
And yet you have people like John Kerry worrying about the climate. The climate. Oh, I heard that the other day. Here we are, guys, threatening us. He's worried about the ocean will rise 1/100% over the next 300 years.
And he's not wrong. Although, speaking of climate change, I wanted to mention the bugs.
Oh.
Because the bugs are back up. And I didn't know where to put this, so I decided in here.
Well, it was a quick thing. I saw a thing going around that apparently Bill Gates had bought like a $42 million beachfront mansion. It's like,
He says we'll be underwater.
Yeah, I thought that the climate change was going to, raise sea levels and kill California.
Don't worry. If we all eat the bugs, we'll save California.
Right, so he's banking on this.
Presumably.
You eat the bugs or else my beachfront mansion is underwater.
Anyway, so this is a story here in which a Burger King restaurant in London decided to go entirely meat-free. So they're releasing just the vegetarian, vegan options. And I'm sure you've seen the advertising on this. And I found this weird. No one really talks about it.
Yeah.
You remember how all vegetarian, vegan stuff was the vegetarian, vegan option? As in, here's for the vegetarians, we've got something for you. And now all the advertising you see it, like I can't go on a bus stop around here without seeing one of them.
Just plants or what's it called?
Eat the vegetarian stuff. Eat the Beyond Meat.
Beyond Meat. That's
eat the plant-based product.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
no,
don't want to. Again, just go to hell. There's also one thing in here in which they mentioned that they're only doing it for a month. However, they also have all the signage up that's redone to look more vegan friendly, and then just in like green lettering, there's "Have it your way." And it's like,
this isn't my way.
No, I want meat.
Yeah.
If we go to the next one as well, we can see IKEA were also making a big thing about the bug burgers. If you scroll down, eventually there is actually an image they have of them grinding up mealworms into a grinder that then turns into a burger, the bug burger.
Scroll down a little bit.
It's mealworms, and if you scroll down some more, you can see the bug burger being made.
Well, gross. But
Is what it is. But this is, kind of a thing that's going on in the background and not really a story. Except that Burger King Brazil decided to change its name today on social media. If you go to the next one, you can see their Instagram renamed Bug King. Don't know why they did this. Just out of the blue. In the middle of advertising. By the way, try our all plant-based products. No meat in this one, we trust, even though that wouldn't be true for bugs. Because it would have meat in it, presumably. And if we go to the next one, their Facebook page also decided to put this up. Which I can't help but just say, because what the hell is this?
What am I looking at?
It's just Bug Burger King, and then like some really messed up imagery of a burger and some person.
Yeah, but look at the person's face.
It's just inhuman.
It looks like a bug in a video game where, the face hasn't rendered and you've just got the eyes and the mouth.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe this is the plan for global warming here. We'll all eat the bugs into burgers, and therefore we'll save those beachfront properties. From
just seeing the Stone Toss comic, it's like, well, how's this going to help us sell burgers?
Burgers.
Sell burgers.
I want to sell bugs.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's go back to his campaign, just because that was a sideshow, but just let's go back because it's also increasingly more fun. And this is a clip of him pointing out that if you don't know what a woman is, maybe you shouldn't be in politics. Let's play.
And a party that's unwilling to admit that men and women are biologically different, in defiance of all scientific and human history, is a party that should not be anywhere near the levers of power in the United States of America.
100% true.
Obviously.
Calling out the diversity hire for being what she is.
Keir Starmer sweating furiously.
True of him as well. And then we'll play this next clip, which is just, again, him just having fun. And I want to get across, like, the reason I'm playing these is not just because, Trump funny man, but, like, just the energy of the man and the candor in which he's engaging himself in politics compared to Joe Biden's, I don't know, ghost of a human.
It's like a mummy.
Let's play this one.
By the way, do you mind if I put on a hat? It's windy as hell up here. Man. It's windy. Man. They said to me, sir, it's windy as hell. You better put on a hat. You get blown to pieces. I said, I can handle it. And then the wind just doubled. I said, I've had it. I'm putting on it.
But again, just you can see like happy, human, not corporate engagement with politics there. Has some positive energy.
Not demanding World War III.
No, that as well. But they gave all the usual speech points that you'd expect as well. You know, we need to rebuild the border wall because Biden's screwed that up and all the rest of it. And we kind of know his policy points. If anyone doesn't know what Donald Trump's about at this point, I wasn't going to go through it because who doesn't know? And but I thought I'd end this off with one funny moment. He made an N-word joke. I'm not even kidding. He decided to bring out the N-word. As you can see, the bad man here saying Trump just dropped the N-word. He certainly did. Let's play the joke.
We have the president of Russia mentioning the N-word. You know what the N-word is, right? You know what the N-word is? The nuclear word. Oh, I got a lot of... Oh. They would go, what did he just say? Oh, no, he's in trouble. He's in trouble. He said the N-word. No.
just absolute S-poster, just enjoying himself.
I just thought it was hilarious that the other day Vladimir Putin came out and defended J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
Like, of all things.
What
timeline are we in?
Like, everything's getting a bit weird, obviously.
The West is terrible and oppressive with its cancel culture. Look at J.K. Rowling. So, dude, you're the dictator of Russia. What are you doing?
You did see J.K. Rowling denounced him as well.
Of course she did. It's like PewDiePie being called out by the Christchurch shooters. Oh, no. No, why?
And then Donald Trump just cracking N-word jokes in his campaign rallies.
Just the worst he can do to someone.
I love how he's got the media there and he's basically just sitting there threatening them. I'm going to say the N-word. Do you know about the N-word? Just everyone like sweating. Like, the nuclear word. What do you think I was talking about? There was actually a black guy behind him as well. I was like, in that clip.
Well, at least Trump saved it.
Yeah. It's just, but the tenure of the whole thing, because I mean, you've got Joe Biden over there, just again like a
dying
ghost,
on his feet,
like a ghost.
Yeah,
I mean, not even able to get people to a speech in Poland. Like he's giving away tickets for free and can get what was that, a couple hundred people, including the media.
Yeah,
and even the polls there making fun of him by recording it, and then his own administration being like, yeah, he doesn't represent us. Don't worry about it. He's just an old man who's lost. Doesn't know where he is.
I just don't understand how your own administration could be like, yeah, disavow.
I don't work here.
Well, no, he doesn't work for us.
His name's just on the sign. It's like when you go to McDonald's or something. You want to speak to McDonald himself.
Yeah.
He's not there.
There was the best meme. You know that meme of what's Ben, not Stiller, the other Ben Affleck. And the meme of him having the cigarette was just that with the Team Biden shot on. Like that's every day in the Biden administration.
I want to see that Photoshop.
It's so good.
Anyway.
I saw it going around. I should have got it for this.
Oh, I didn't know.
Right.
Anyway, that is the situation with the Biden admin. I just wanted to have a little roundup comparison to what Trump's been up to, which is starting his campaign up again, as you can see, going into the midterms. So
let's go.
Let's go, Trump. Let's reappropriate it.
Someone who can move under their own power.
Let's go, Brandon. If you appreciated that segment from the podcast The Lotus Eaters, you can go to lotuseaters.com to get access to all the premium content we have on the site, such as the book clubs that we do, this one on Rousseau's Discourses on Inequality, the origins of why socialism is absolutely terrible. And if you want to see what else is coming out, you can also follow us on Getter at lotuseaters_com on Getter. Thank you and goodbye.